Sit. Okay. Now tell me, what thoughts came in your mind while the second minute? Focus on counting. So there was no thoughts in the
was
mind.
coming, but again the focus was going on the counting.
But first minute it was stressful. When this 1 minute is finishing, when this 1 minute is finishing, because empty mind is devil's mind. So the first minute was very long. The second one, oh, my breaths are only 7, my breaths are only 10, 15. The minute finished so quick, isn't it? So first, this is the subconscious thought in your mind, first minute, when is going to finish. Oh, how come this one is become short than other one? Minutes are exactly same, exactly 60 seconds, but because your focus, the time span is short or long. So same thing happens in meditation also. Now usually it's science, the biology, the doctor can say that every man, woman breathe 21,000 to 25,000 times per day. So in 1 minute it becomes like 15 to 17. And if you are breathing 15 to 17 per minute, then according to Vedic astrology, you live 120 years. In Vedic astrology, the Vishattari Mahadasha is 120 years. So the planets are ruling and affecting your life for 120 years. Shukra Mahadasha, Surya Mahadasha, Sadhisati, Shani, everything. So,
those are having only 8.
so is 15. So in 15 breaths per minute you will live 120. If it is 7, half of that, then it will how much time you live? 240 years. And if you just take 3.5, then 480 years. So the Totapuri, when he initiated Ramakrishna mission, Paramhouse, Nirvikalpa Samadhi meditation, his age was, Baba mentioned he was 800 years old.
800.
800 years old. When he initiated Ramakrishna in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, and now we will do again 1 minute thing.
One more.
And this time you have to take just slow breathing. You just breathe in slow, 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 slow. Count your breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And double of it you have to breathe out. So if you breathe in 8, then you have to breathe out 16. If you breathe in 16, then you have to breathe out 32. Okay? And then count how many breaths you take in 1 minute. Ready? Close your eyes. Start. You see? So some people may have just 3 breaths, some people may have just 1 breath, some people may think even 1 was not complete.
Not 3 minimum, 5, 6 average. 2.5.
2.5.
Dada.
In our childhood, you used to play with brothers. You have to breathe in and hold your breath for 1 minute.
Oh, that
So
is-
we used to hold breath for 1 minute.
That is like
So, and what happened this minute? It becomes more short.
Yes. Very nice.
So,
Just now I climbed 300 steps, so I'm panting like a dog.
mm,
300.
so these are the secrets of breathing. Now I'm going to ask few questions, and then you realize how the body and mind spontaneously, automatically responds. It is not taught to you what to do, but still, like today's experiment holding this, nobody has taught to you that you ought to, the right thumb should come up or left thumb should come up. Similarly, many actions we do with instant our nature. So now we will learn some of the secrets of breathing, and then these secrets you can use in day-to-day life. It will be more beneficial also to control your thoughts, to control your emotions, to make your memory more strong, to remember things. So the first question is that suddenly one object comes and going to hit your face. What do you do? Just think that some object is coming and going to hit your face. What you will do? Move. And if there is no time to even move, what will happen?
We just turn
Hand.
our head like this.
When your head or your hands comes like this,
Yeah.
try to stop like this.
Reflex.
Okay? So, do you have to say for your hands, come up and block that object, move your head right side or left side, or thinking, I should go to the right arm, I should go to the left, bend down, or sit down immediately.
Spontaneously it's come.
It just, parasympathetic nervous system does that action. But now, what happens to your breathing?
It comes fast.
Yeah.
Reflex action.
Breathe strong.
Suddenly, just coming in. You are not running or anything, you are always here.
Breathe in. That time.
What do you do?
Yeah. Pause. Pause.
Pause.
You just breathe in and pause. It happens automatically.
Yeah.
Why does it happen like that?
Out of fear.
Reflex action.
But why the mind is doing, body is doing this reflection? What is the purpose behind it?
To
Preserve
save
your
us,
breath, you have to run.
To supply
Mind is,
oxygen.
subconscious mind is more clever than you. So our conscious brain is dull, but our subconscious brain is more smart. He knows why he is doing. Why he is doing? Because when you breathe in and hold your breath, you are 10 times more alert. Your alertness, your attention is, what's going to happen? Within fraction of second you have to take decision. No thoughts comes in the mind that time. You are fully alert what's going to happen and respond accordingly. So nobody teaches this, but the parasympathetic nervous system is more smart than our sympathetic nervous system. It doesn't need to teach how to heart should beat. It has a knowledge itself. How to digest the food, it has a knowledge. When, what hormone to secrete, it has knowledge. Even we have to do a lot of research, biologists have to do a lot of research to do it, but the body is doing that automatically. So, in spirituality, that's the more important, that we need to activate our parasympathetic nervous system. And when you activate parasympathetic nervous system, all the knowledge of the past, whatever past memory, forgotten memories, you can still recover. So that's the beauty of doing meditation, beauty of being control over breath. So that's why in our Ishta mantra goes, not only, this is just simple breathe in and breathe out, but Baba has given Ishta mantra in addition to that. So when you are taking with breathing with ideation, with bhava, meaning of it, it has more effect on it. So it's just 10 times more alertness, but in meditation with mantra and power, it will be 100 times more powerful. So,
In which part of the body this nervous system is present?
sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system.
Where it is present in our body?
One is central nervous system, that's the brain and medulla oblongata. That's all right brain, left brain, hypothalamus and spinal cord is all from central nervous system. And then there's right side and left side is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Means if some mosquito is biting, then your sensation goes through sympathetic nervous system to brain. Oh, there is a mosquito biting, and then you do like this. This is all response of sympathetic nervous system. And then parasympathetic nervous system, suddenly you don't know about it, but from brain itself the order is going there. Okay, you need to do this one. Because without any action, the parasympathetic nervous system does that. So this is automatically done. That's comes under parasympathetic nervous system. So central nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. They are connected with Ida, Pingala and Sushumna nadis also. So Ida, Pingala and Sushumna doesn't have any physical existence, but central nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic, they are actually nerves. It's a physical nature. But Ida and Pingala is not a physical nature, but they are like energy channels, you can say. But they are connected with it.
Psychic we can say.
They are more psychic. Like our chakras are psychic, but the glands are
psychic
physical.
energy center.
Psychic energy center. And nerves are physical center. Brain is physical center. Okay. So at the end of this class, we will do the last meditation also. Yes.
Normally there is reverse relationship between sympathetic and parasympathetic. But the studies show that through meditation we can simultaneously activate and deactivate.
Yes.
So,
That's more advanced one.
So we can avoid heart attack also through this way. You are regulating your breakthrough Ishta mantra, then you can avoid that. Baba has told that repetition of Ishta mantra can avoid accidental death. So we can modify our sympathetic and parasympathetic actions. We can try this while walking also. You can walk very fast, but meanwhile you keep each month going. Then you feel you are not feeling very much uncomfortable. This is the try.
So that's the goal actually of meditation, to bring us in the middle path. So we are not fully responding to sympathetic, not fully to parasympathetic, but when we use both of them, then we automatically come to the center. And then we can take benefits of both. Otherwise you are getting benefits of one and then others benefit you are losing it. So when you are centrally connected, then you can get benefit of both of them, and weakness of both of them also you can control. So you are not having any like a Shreya and Priya. Your Priya is opposing you, but you can block the Priya's opposition, and they get the benefits of Priya also. That okay, there are some dangers also in the Shreya, but I can manage these dangers. I will not get attracted to, I am going to earn money, but not I am going to get possessed with money. Okay.
So Dada, if we want to activate this Ida, Pingla, so it is through these nervous system, or like how?
Yeah. So this we will share during the class this breathing secrets also. As you asked, and I will mention now. So usually when we are breathing from the left nostril, we are activating our Ida nadi, and our mind becomes calm, peaceful, and our memory power is much more stronger, sharp, and we feel cool. But we cannot do much physical activity or very running or very hard working jobs when left nostril is on. And if you do that, then you are harming yourself also. So, and when your right nostril is on, you can do a lot of physical works. It doesn't make you tired. It gives you still same energy and everything. And at that time, then your Pingala Nadi is working. Like now, we all have taken the food. So if you check the nostril, you are breathing from right nostril. Because to digest the food, you need to breathe from the right nostril. Otherwise, food will not get digested also. And doing meditation, doing yoga, doing study, you should be breathing from the left. So Baba has taught, if you need to change the nostril, then what you can do? So if you need to breathe from the left, then you should sleep on the right side. Then automatically the left nostril opens. And after food, since many years they say that after lunch, you should sleep on the left side, Vama Kukshi. So why you have to sleep on the left side? Then your right nostril opens up and you will be able to digest the food. And your stomach is also left side, and the food should remain longer time there, so the hyaluronic acid and all the digestion process happens nicely. So that's why you sleep in left side. So it is a bit difficult, anti-gravity to food to go to the small intestine. So there are ways to change the breathing also. So that's how you can activate, depends on your work. If you want to do meditation and this, then we do yoga, and after yoga also what do? We sleep on the right side. And then when we have to go to the work after yoga, then we sleep on the left side, so the right nostril opens and go to right. So especially in the morning time you do yoga, you end shavasana with sleeping with left side. In evening time when you do yoga, you sleep on the right side, so your left nostril opens and you can sleep well.
But when Sushumna is there, right? So that which is
there is no such thing that you can activate Sushumna. That's what Dada explained. When you have control over both sympathetic and parasympathetic, then only Sushumna gets automatically open. Otherwise, it's impossible. We don't have any hole in the middle of the nose to breathe through that we can activate Sushumna.
But naturally it gets activated. There was a video program, National Geographic Channel about superhuman. Experiment was done. So different feats were tried. One person kept running for 24 hours. So the medical team accompanying him tested and found what is the difference, what made him run for 24 hours. So he found two things. His breathing pattern was different, he just mentioned, and also the lactose level in the blood was under control. So as in Dhyan, we are focusing on goal. So if mind is focused and determined to achieve something, I think this might be helping him.
There is one joke actually to represent what Dada has told. One person was running, and usually on street dogs, when people are running, they start barking and coming behind. But when you run maybe half kilometer or something, then they just go back. But one dog just kept on running and running and running all the way, didn't stop at all. Why?
The dog was deaf.
He just kept on running behind. Why didn't he just went back to his old place?
वो बोल रहे हैं कुत्ता का कान सुनता नहीं था.
पता नहीं था, but
There is the same meaning in like frog in a well tries to come आगे आने के लिए ट्राई करता था. लोग बोलते थे नहीं हो सकता है, but one frog get succeeded because it was deaf.
Oh, okay. So you, for my joke, you just made a joke also. Only because that dog was, he was the owner of that dog, so he has no choice.
क्यों दादा वो कुत्ता क्यों आए पीछे उसको
उसी का कुत्ता था वो कुत्ता उसी का था।
अच्छा अच्छा
मालिक का। Okay, so let's start this expression and symbolization. So we did these 3 experiments to understand what expression and symbolizations are. Okay, who want to read?
Yeah. In this expressed universe, whatever happens is within the scope of space, time, and person.
दे दिए उसका देना
In this expressed universe, whatever happens is within the scope of space, time, and person. And both human beings and other jivas, unit beings, have to take the help of symbolization. Without symbolization, expression is not possible. This principle is applicable as much in the world of 5 rudimental factors as it is in the psychic world. That is, in this expressed universe, wherever there is no manifestation, no expression, all activity is within the sphere or in the framework of symbolization. When symbolization is not possible, one is apt to say that it is inexplicable. Actually, it would be wrong to term it as inexplicable. It would be more correct to say that its symbolization is not possible.
So, as a human being, we have limited power to see, limited power to hear, limited power to smell. But in this universe is million times more different waves are there, which we are not able to grasp them. Like the simple smell. We can smell maybe 30 different types of smell, but the dog can smell every man different smell. The dog can recognize by smell different everything. Sometimes there are some trained dogs, you just take the any stones, rub in your hand and throw. And then with your hand smell which is in that stone, he will go and pick up exact that same stone and bring it back. So that's what smell is very powerful for the dog. So many things in this universe which are beyond our capacity of perception. So as only entity can grasp everything is from Purusha, nobody else. So there are different type of wavelengths, different type of expressions are there, different things are there, but for us it is very difficult to grasp them. I think Hindi we don't need. And the same thing is in the physical world also we cannot understand all 5 fundamental factors like etherical factor. Before I was thinking the etherical factor is something like liquid, solid, air, something like ether is there in the somewhere and it creates the universe. But then Baba explained ether is in space. Whatever fundamental factors need to be created, it has to put somewhere. So you build a house because you need to put furniture and everything. Similarly, when God wanted to create universe, He has to create some space to fill all the stars, moons and galaxies. He has to make some room. So He has made this ethereal factor to whatever He created, He keeps in that space. And the same thing is in our psychic world also. In psychic worlds there is a lot of knowledge, lot of vibrations which we cannot understand. Like for us, even it is difficult to understand when the rain is going to come, when the storm is going to come, when earthquake is going to happen. We say that human brain is the most intelligent brain in this all animals. But even the ants, they know when the earthquake is happening. And they immediately, you can feel they are moving very fast, very big, something. When the rain is coming, the frogs know already and they start making noise. Sound. The crows and sparrows and birds, they know that when the storm or typhoon is coming and they run away to different place to protect their babies because everything will be in storm will be gone. So the birds have more perception of these waves that the storm is going to come, the earthquake is going to come. But for us, we need satellites now. Before in the old days, some people used to look at the sky and smell. Tonight there is going to be rain. And exactly the rain used to happen. So the mind has this power to know things, but as the technology coming more, so we stop using our these abilities. Like in childhood, we used to all memorize tables up to 20. But my father and grandfather, they used to know the tables in reverse order also. Half key, nim key, 1 half ja, 1 half, 2 ja, 1 half, 3 ja, 1 half. Like this, they used to say the tables also. It's like quarter key and nim key and half key, like this they used to memorize. So that much brain was strong. But now you ask the children, if you can you say a table of 8, they will not able to. The multiplication they will not able to do. The addition and subtraction, the maximum they can able to do. But for us, we used to know up to 20 the tables. But before they used to know up to 50 tables. So now, because of calculator, we stopped memorizing the tables. Before we used to memorize all telephone numbers. But now in mobile, it's all saved. So we don't need to remember. So why to bother our brain to remember the number? It look at the phone, what number is there? So to remember the roads. But now the mobile Google Map is there, just put Google Map and you go. You stop trying to remember the roads also. So we are not using our brain capacity, and if this technology doesn't work anymore, then we may not able to reach our home back.
Dada, I just sorry to stop in a minute. I understood like what you're trying to tell, but how this, so what exactly is symbolization?
You asked the question too earlier.
We are not yet into the topic. And Baba has also not yet explained. He is just giving background of it. Okay, read now. Okay. Wow, that's good. You draw a picture of this also. Very nice.
What is this universe? It is nothing but a combination of different kinds of waves. Not only human beings, but every living being has very limited powers. The different organs of perception can catch only waves falling within a very limited range. They are incapable of catching waves that are cruder or subtler. The organs thus function with very limited powers. In other words, in this phenomenal universe, whatever powers get expressed, the human organs can perceive not even 1% of them. Indeed, very much less than that can be grasped by the organs. As a matter of fact, not only the majority of the waves get vibrated, but indeed almost all of them are beyond the capacity of human perception. It has therefore been said that the expressed universe is a very small island in the ocean of the unexpressed universe. This universe itself is such a small island. How very much less is the capacity of a human being?
It has been said that on the beach, if you count all the sand molecules on the beach and then you just pick up one sand, and that is Earth in this whole universe. That's what size of the Earth if compared to the whole universe. So all the sand on the beach, you just take one particle of it, and that is the Earth. That's the size of Earth compared with whole universe. So
Also, one of the programs I heard one astronaut say that this whole universe is designed or placed at its position in such a way that imagine that one sand particle compared to all the sand particles. If that is displaced, that much is displaced, the whole universe will not be in the current situation.
And on this particle, sand particle, our city varies, and in that where we are, and we think our ego is so big that we can know the Parampurusha. So this is our earth. It looks so big, so vast. This is whole city, this whole country, this whole continent.
Yes.
And this whole earth. And the land mass is only 1/3 what is there on the earth. Rest all is the ocean. And compare with this big earth where we are like a so now earth is becoming just like a sand particle. The light is just part of the earth.
That is sun, right?
Stars, then galaxies, then nebulas, then you can see the Milky Waves. Now you can see the Milky Way. And like this, there are millions of Milky Waves, and millions of Milky Waves becomes also. Moving in the speed of light. So even the stars looks like going in a black hole. Now still the speed is same, but now you can see that everything just like stops. But still you are moving more than light speed. And like this, there are millions of them. How many nebulas are there? How many? And when you go beyond this express universe, so that's what our topic is, express. perception and symbolization. So these are all expressed universe, but this is just 1% of the whole universe, which we can able to see. The rest all 99% is just dark matter, and what is there we don't know yet. So there is one question actually. We say this universe and Parampurush is nucleus of the universe. And then somebody was telling, even Baba also told, there is a multiple universe and multiple Brahmas are there.
Multiple Brahmas are also there.
I heard, I'm not sure, I am asking question. Like this, our one universe is there, there is one Brahma controls that universe. Like this, there are multiple universes, and each universe is controlled by one Brahma.
Yes, metaverse. Metaverse I heard of. Metaverse. Like there are a number of universes, including
उतना लोड कौन लेगा मेरे को याद आ रहा है कि जब बाबा ने फास्टिंग दिया था स्थापक करके तो एक दादा गदू की रिवोल्ट कर दिए थे कि इतना सारा फास्टिंग कौन करेगा लेकिन फिर नित्य सत्यानंद बाबा से पूछे थे कि नेक्स्ट टाइम किस प्लैनेट पे आ रहे हो वहाँ पे कितने मून्स हैं वो बता दो उस हिसाब से हम लोग करेंगे फास्टिंग
On Earth there is one moon and we have to do 4 fastings. If there is 4 moons, then what to do?
whole month will be fasting.
But is that true, whatever you said? Like, there are different.
No. They have never tried
It's
it.
more of mindfulness. Don't take so much of load.
then the scientists are talking of metaverse.
Not able to.
Okay. Read next. Okay, next.
The science of premonition. The kinds of waves which one particular living organism can grasp, another species of living organism may not be able to grasp. What we see or experience is within the scope of human perception. But before an event happens or before the coming of these waves, subtler waves come which human beings cannot grasp, but which some cruder living beings of the animal world can. And thus they know in advance that something is going to happen. It is also possible for some human beings to have such knowledge. Actually, what is this? It is nothing but the power of perceiving the subtler waves, and we call it the science of premonition. This power increases with sadhana. The function of the eyes is to be activated by the light waves. The eyes may or may not grasp such waves. You may look in one direction, but still may not be able to see a thing which is there. In the same way, you will not be able to catch sound waves which do not fall within the range of human hearing. You do not even know how many kinds of sounds are present around you. The same can be said in respect of your powers relating to smell, touch, and taste.
So here Baba is mentioning that sometimes before crude waves come to you, there are subtle waves come first. I will mention one story. The first time I was posted outside of India, and Australian visa was very difficult. So first we had to go to Singapore, then Irian actually comes under Suva sector, so we decided to go to Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and to go to Irian. So I arrived in Jaipura, there was one Dada, Devdatta was there, and we stayed maybe 2 days there. And my sister told me that you cannot stay here, you have to select another place. So I said, I just got the map of Indonesia and I selected just one island, it is Manokwari Island. I said, I will go to this island, Manokwari. There is no Margi, no sympathizer, nobody is there. But we were young, so I have like $150 in pocket. I just got the ship, which cheapest. You can just pay like $20 and you can go to that island. So I went to the ship and one man, actually he was military captain, and he was there. I was in full dress, so he asked, "Where you are going?" I said, "I am going to Manapuri." "To whom you are visiting in Manapuri? You have some relatives?" "No, I don't have any relatives there." Then he said, "My birthplace is Manapuri. I am from that island and I am military captain." Then he said, "You don't have place there to stay? Then you can rent my house. I have a house there." And I said, I cannot rent the house. I'm just going. Wow. Then no, you can rent my house for whole year $100. I don't know. Whole year $100. That's quite good. So I just took out the $100 and gave to him because I need a place to stay somewhere. So I just gave him. I didn't have doubt that he might be cheating or something. So he just wrote a letter to his brother that this person has hired the house for 1 year. And then I took the taxi and went to that place, and there were like 7 taxi drivers living in that. Like this motor bus is there, like 17 seats or something. They drive people around. So these 7 taxi drivers were living there. And I showed the letter to them, and they said, "Okay, let's go to this brother." So they took the order. The owner looked at the letter and said, "Yes, this is my brother's letter. He is the owner of it, and this man has rented you. All people vacate the house."
Oh.
First, he took me to the house, and while going back, he was not speaking a single word. He just drove back. I can feel that he's very upset because the owner asked him, "You people all have to vacate the place because I have hired the whole house." And then as soon as I get down, then I said, little bit Indonesian, little bit English mix. I said, "You all people can stay here free of charge, no problem. Just make this small room, like a storeroom was there, make it empty for my living, and bring some water for me to take bath. I just came from travel, and then people don't have to pay any rent. You can stay free." And they became so happy. And then immediately they brought the water for me to take bath. They clean the whole house, mop the room and everything. And they were taking me around. Whenever I go in street, every taxi driver they will say, "Around Suchi, come in." They will give me first seat. They will not charge me at all. All the public will say, "This man, wherever he goes, the taxi driver just ask him to keep." And they all Around Suchi. Around Suchi means like a pious man or saint something in Indonesia. So whole town came to know about me. And then I have yoga classes in Buddhist center. There is one Hindu temple was also there. So there is one interesting story that I had to do Kapalik. So with new place, doing Kapalik in night time is sometimes dangerous. So I went out of the town it's a small island. So I went on the beach and in evening time, and then up to 10 o'clock I was just doing meditation and time pass here and there. And one old man was walking on the beach. He saw me doing meditation. He didn't disturb me. And then in the morning he came back again after my finish because I cannot go back in night time. So I just stayed there, took a bath also in the ocean. And then this man came and said, "Oh, last night I saw you doing meditation and you are still here." Then he just, "You are still here in morning. You are still here doing meditation. What do you do?" And then we have like 2 hours of talk. And this man was military man, also retired. He can speak English. And then somehow 1 week was passed, and I didn't have any initiation or no prachar or nothing because I cannot speak much Indonesia. It's like a travel island, and I was getting frustrated. Why I selected this place? I am not doing any prachar or anything. And I expressed this frustration to this old man. And this old man says, "I will tell you one story." Now it comes story of this settled wave. So he said, in the old days, king used to rule these islands. And when other island king will attack, they have some spiritual advisors. They will see who is going to win the war, who is going to get killed. And they will advise the king, "You are going to lose this battle, you are going to die. So send your family and children safe." So they will used to listen. And then he said, this spiritual advisor of the king, you can see what is happening in spiritual level? In spiritual level, everything is get decided first. Then it manifests in the psychic level. In the psychic level, the spiritual people can grasp that what is happening in psychic level. They can understand, and accordingly then physical level it start happening. In spiritual level it may happen even 20 years, 30 years, 50 years before. To come into psychic level it takes still time. To happen in the physical world it takes more time. Then he told me, your guru, do you believe your guru? Then I said, yes, I believe my guru as a Parampurush, as a God. Then he said, when your guru has given this Mahavishwa and everything, and he has now left the body, means in the spiritual level he has done already his work. Now it has to manifest in the psychic world and then it will manifest in physical world. When his work is done in spiritual sphere, there is no point for him to stay anymore. So he has left, so why you have to worry? And then he said, you have come here, it's also his decision. And now what you are going to do work here, that is also planned. So why you have to worry? And after that, I have so many classes, Hindu temples and Chinese temple. One time I was walking in the rain and I have to just take the shelter. Then the shop owner called me and said, hey, come in, said, you don't have umbrella? No, I said, no, I don't have umbrella. You are teaching class to my mother and in this Buddhist hospital, take this umbrella. So just give umbrella, he hand over. He said, you are traveling all over the world, you are taking yoga classes, you don't take any photos? And I said, I don't have camera. Then he just picked up the camera, here is camera. So he just, whatever it is, he is giving me. That camera was my first camera. So wherever you go, the people have this perception. So if you believe as Baba as God, then we know that this Mahavishwa is going to happen, but this prayer is putting the obstacle, creating doubts in our mind. So we have to be firm in our goal that Baba is Parampurusha, is going to make his mission. We have to do our work, we have to do sadhana, we have to do service, we have to follow our conduct rules. And then we have to be capable to do his work. That's the quality we are not getting. That's why Mahavishwa or Proud is not establishing, because we are not yet capable for it. So all this struggle, all this conflict is making you Satvipra. So that's the physical, mental, spiritual capacity we are getting. Now you see this video and see what you are seeing. What you are seeing is like a circle moving, isn't it? Just keep looking and you see actually it was not moving at all. Each ball is moving in a straight line, but you are not seeing that. You are not seeing, but now look at each ball and they are just moving. Just look at one ball and it's just moving straight line. Here is just one ball and every ball is just moving in a straight line. Now you can see it as like a triangle moving. Now you can see it as a square moving. Now fifth ball we have got added and all those balls moving in straight line. Like a circle. So sometimes what we see is not reality. So you have to go in the minute to see one dot itself and then observe that dot, and collective it has a different effect of it. Okay, next. The limitation of senses and the need for symbolization.
Human beings have very little scope of really knowing what is happening. See what limited powers and scope for functioning human being and other jivas work with. Yet, despite their limited intellect, their limited power, they are filled with ego. it is not possible for the jivas to know fully what this thing or that thing is like. For their power of perception is limited. Many things are happening before your eyes in this quick elemental world, which your eyes cannot even see. What you see and think is very big is only a very small part indeed of the expression of Paramapurusha. How vast is the expression of the Paramapurusha when you see vastness in the smallest of his manifestation? From your small experience, how can you understand the greatness of Paramapurusha? You cannot even know how many kinds of matter there are in the air and water all around you.
So, if this way, if we think that, oh, Parampurusha is so vast, so big, infinite, and the earth itself is so tiny, and that we are so tiny, and our ego is, but Baba says also very differently. If you just go within you, there itself is an infinite world. Your mind itself is infinite. And when your mind is infinite, your soul is furthermore. So if you go within, then this Aham Brahmasmi, that you are infinite within also. So the Parampurusha, which you cannot even feel, is so vast, but you go within yourself, you can find the Parampurusha itself. So Parampurusha is within you also. So here you can feel now. 1 meter distance, 10 meter distance look like this. Kilometers away, 1,000 kilometers away, 10,000 kilometers away. Moon, 1 million kilometers, 10 million kilometers, 100 million kilometers, 10 billion kilometers, 100 billion kilometers, 1 trillion comets, 1 light year, 10 light year, Vega, Sagittarius, Milky Way, 100 million light years away, 10 billion light years away. Now we are going back to the Earth. From 10 billion light years away back to the Earth. Just remember what you saw at the end of this 100 billion light years, what you saw. Kilometer, 100 meter, back to, and then you are going close, just one eye, pupil, iris, go within, let's say retina, 100 micrometers, 10 micrometers, 1 micrometer, chromosomes, 100 nanometers, this optic nerve, 1 nanometer, 100 picometer, 10 picometer, atomic nucleus, neurons, So, if you go within you, you, when you go far away, exactly same type of thing you can see inside the atom also. So that's the means that Brahma is all around, and that same Brahma, the same thing is within also. Even just microscopic, if you go further in, you can see the similar things.
यथा पिंडे तथा ब्रह्मांडे
Jatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, it's exactly same. I'm making this class interesting with these videos.
Your sensory organs come into contact with only a minimal part of the waves, of the vibrations that are in this phenomenal world. It is only after this that you perceive them and get them assimilated in your mental sphere. After perceiving them, what do? You seek to give expression to them. Only a very small fraction of the waves come within the scope of expression, and out of these, only a part of them could be perceived by you because the sensory organs have limited powers. Then, how are you to give them expression? While seeking to give expression, you have to take the help of symbolization. If you delay in symbolization, the impression of the experience will remain in this psychic plane only, and you will not be able to give it expression. Suppose a good singer is singing, you can catch only a small part of the melody and the sound waves of his or her singing. What you could not catch was beyond your capacity to grasp, since your ears were not properly trained. To understand music, one has to be trained. What you heard, you wanted to express. On trying, you find that you could not sing the way you had heard. After hearing for some time, you may want to sing in tune, but what do you find? You find that you have not been able to do so because you have not been able to symbolize it. Why were you not able to symbolize it completely?
So that's why everything we need training. So similarly, to know the Brahma, so you need training also. So you have to train your mind to become more and more subtle. Then only you can able to grasp, and for that you need the purity of the mind, more subtleness of the mind, more concentration, more power of imagination, more power of visualization. So now there is a puzzle for you. So the river is flowing gravity, but this leaf is going against of the river current. The water is flowing down, but this leaf is moving up.
So is it snake or what?
Is
It's
it
not
snake,
it's just
Dada?
leaf.
Leaf
It's
one.
just a leaf.
What kind of? That long leaf.
It's just long leaf, one type of leaf. And it's just she is putting in the water. See, it's just putting the water,
Oh,
but the water is going this way, but leaf is moving up.
okay. Gravity pull.
No, the water is going down, it should flow according to gravity.
So
It
it's
should
going-
go down, but leaf is going up.
No, at
The
one.
system of that twistedness, it can move against the current.
Against current.
Sangrama.
The leaf is following the Bhava's principle.
It's a gravity.
So what I should think is water is entering in the leaf, but the water is going in a reverse way.
Yeah.
And that's why it's making the leaf to spin. And when leaf is spinning, it's moving opposite direction. So that's exactly following the principle. If you put it the reverse way, then it will go more speedily down. But if it is, that's why in Prati Sanchara what we do, is we have to go in opposite direction to get liberated ourselves. The Prakriti Mayapur is binding us, and to unwind it, that's why usually all the things when you want to close, you have to close clockwise. Everything you want to open, you have to open in anti-clockwise direction. So why it is done like that? Because it's the nature, it's the human mind that we are always getting binded in a clockwise direction, but we want to unwind ourselves, open ourselves, then it has to be anti-clockwise. That's why Baba gave also kirtan in the anti-clockwise direction, that we have to liberate. Our Kundalini also in the Swayambhulinga in the clockwise direction is 3.5 rounds is there. So when you move, then it also turns into anti-clockwise and opens it, and it gets pulled up to the Sahasrara chakra.
No, still I don't understand between that expression and symbolization.
Usually the Baba is telling to say that in this world there are many expressions, but we cannot understand them. But to any expression to symbolize, like some thought is in my mind. So there is some idea. But I have no word. You people are speaking Kannada, but I don't know Kannada at all. And you cannot understand Hindi. So it is very hard for me to symbolize or say to you or make mean to you. So we need a certain type of symbolization. So the language is also certain type of symbolization to express your thoughts. So the artist also makes the painting. So the painting is also symbolization. Pratik is also symbolization of one thought. So the expressions, Baba also mentioned that Muladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra, Manipur Chakra, Ana Chakra and Vishuddha Chakra. When any thoughts comes to up to Vishuddha Chakra, it doesn't have any language at all. It just bhava. But when it comes here, then that bhava converts into language. But that bhava is not getting 100% power to 100% express in language. So you have thoughts, but you have limited capacity to express it. So symbolization is not 100%. So that's why Shankaracharya, when he has this realization of Brahma, he saw that whole universe is actually not real. It's false. It's everywhere he saw just Brahma. Every atom, every molecule, everything is just supreme consciousness. But that is his spiritual experience. But to symbolize it, the word capacity is very less. So whatever he saw, he just made word. The whole word is mithya. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithyaya. This word is illusion, doesn't exist, it's false. But then Baba corrected it more because Baba is Param Purusha, his symbolization is more perfect. He says that no, the Brahma is Satya, the word is also true, but it is relative truth. What you see now, I'm a youth, I'm an old man, but after 50 years I will be no more. So I said, Krpamayananda is still giving the lecture on the expression and symbolization. It's not true. After tomorrow I am not be here. I will be in Trichure. But so it is, everything is relative in this word. So Baba made this expression.
Previous slide, no? There were some certain sentences. So according to those, what I meant is, actually those sensation perception will come. This perception will be assimilated properly. If it is assimilated properly, it will be expressed properly. So this assimilation transforming into expression is called symbolization. That is what I understood.
But that is
sometimes when your sensor organs fail, motory organs also will come into existence.
Correct.
वहाँ पर नहीं था बोलने के लिए हैंड का भी सहारा ले लेंगे वहाँ पर नहीं था क्योंकि वर्बली यहाँ पर सेंसरी ऑर्गन का लिमिटेशन आ गए तो फिर मोटर ऑर्गन का इस्तेमाल करना भी स्टार्ट कर दिया
Baba gave some examples, so it will come here also.
Dada, what I think is symbolization is like similarity in analogy. So things which are known, so it is in proximity or resembling with that, then you are able to perceive. If it is not resembling with what we have already perceived or known to us, then perception or expression will not be possible. This is what I think.
Yeah, I will tell funny things. When I first time went to Australia, I was going by car from Brisbane to Anandpalli, our master rate, and on the street I saw one sign, Charvana Park. I said, wow, there is a Sanskrit name in Australia also. It is written Charvan Park, Caravan, Charvan Park. I said, wow. Then I went to Anandpalli and said, I'm very happy to see the Australian giving the name for the park is Charvan Park. He said, no, I don't know about any such thing. I saw 2-3 places, then it was written Charvan Park, Charvan Park. Then they said, what is that? Then I said, it was written Carva. Oh no, this is not Charvan Park, it is Caravan Park. Carva. But I am reading national hours also. Because of what familiar we are, we read accordingly, like you are expressing. We ideate with what we see, which is unknown. Caravan Park is unknown for me. I have never seen caravan, which you can stay, there is a toilet and there is a bathroom. It's like your home. But in India, it's not used to much, but now people know this, some people. But Carvan, I was reading like Roman Sanskrit, Charvan Park. So it's our ideas actually we associate with something what we already know. And we match with them, and that's how we try to memorize it. Okay.
No, you read.
Yeah, to read?
Yes.
In this expressed universe, there are many kinds of sounds which you can hear, but you cannot reproduce. What is the reason? Is it not because there has not been proper symbolization? Now consider the different ragas that exist and how these have been classified. We have divided the musical scale into 7 notes. We call it The musical scale in the West is the octave. The vibrations of Surasaptaka have been decided keeping in view the capacity of human hearing may grow and accordingly expression may also increase. That is, the capacity of acoustic symbolization may increase. In that case, the present octave will not do and it will have to be changed. Its scope will have to be increased. If the human race on this earth exists for hundreds of thousands of years, a time will come when it will be necessary for it to change the octave and the present musical scale will no longer continue. Through permutation and combination, thousands and thousands of ragas and raginis will be created according to the needs of the age. A change in our music will come about. On touching a hot thing, you say, oh. On touching even a hotter object, you say, oh, and symbolize it. But here is a difference between your first and the second ah. In the first case, your finger got burned, and in the second case, your whole hand got burned. Your power of expression, however, is very limited. You have to convey your feeling with only a few words like oh, oh.
So your question is getting answered here. So sometimes when we get hurt, we just say ah. But when we have broken leg, then we still say ah. But that has intensities different, and is fully legs is chopped out. Then the expression is still ah. So we have. Then Baba says that in the future, our expression will be much more changed. We will have every pain, we will have different expression. Like sugar sweet, we can call it sweet. Today we ate gulab jamun, it was also sweet. But then we can have different words for sweetness of every word, every sweet. The pedha sweet is this sweet, Rasgulla sweet is this type of sweet. So we will have different sound for different sweet also. But we don't have that capacity here.
So right now, Baba is telling about the limitations which human being has with respect to expression and symbolization. But that is what he is
So now
trying to
with music we are using Sura Saptak or octave, do, re, go, mi, sa, something is there. Do, re, go, ni, ma, or something like this. So Baba says that in future it will not be active, it will be 10 or 20, maybe it will increase, and there are different combinations of raga and raginis. And Baba and Prabha Sangeet also has done that. All these ancient raga and raginis which were lost, nobody knew about it.
Just combined it.
Baba has combined them, and some of the ancient he has re-insisted, Gharanas, he has re-insisted. And Baba started his own Gharana, Prabhat Gharana. Somebody was asking something? Okay, next. Incomplete nature of perception and expression.
Suppose you see a beautiful scene. Your eyes cannot grasp all its beauty. You are able to feel only a part of its beauty. If you want to express it through drawing a visual picture, you can bring out only a small percentage of what you have felt or observed mentally. That is to say, your creation can never be complete. A feeling of dissatisfaction, insufficiency, or incompleteness will remain in the mind, and what you wanted to draw has not been fully expressed.
So sometimes people have this photogenic memory. Some artists, they can go in the nature, see the waterfall, see the rocks, see the plants around, trees around, and they come home and draw exactly. And when you take that picture to that same place, then you can, it was not correct. Then you can see that it is exactly. So these artists, they have power that their eyes are like a cameras. So like camera, you take the pictures, they are taking the picture with their eyes and they can exactly draw that. Similarly, some people's memories are also like that. Whatever they will read, like Vivekananda, he will read the books and you tell the page number and he will able to read that page through in his mind. So some people have that photogenic memory. Unending quest, bridging the gap between the idea and expression.
However great one may be, one will never be able to accomplish what one wanted to. There will always be a distance between idea and expression, and those who are genius actively seek to lessen it. However, neither has the genius been able to lessen the distance, nor has the technician been able to bridge the gap. But this urge to lessen the distance between idea and expression, or to remove this distance, is symptomatic, and it is of basic importance. It is a very congenial urge. The effort will continue, but it will never end. The technician will always be reducing that distance, but the distance will never be removed. The same thing can be said in regard to form, taste, and smell. You may see a shocking, gruesome scene, but you are not able to express it fully, and your faculties of expressions are always unable to correctly bring out your feelings.
This topic is quite difficult to understand, but we are making some examples and videos and stories, so it's becoming easy to understand. So, with this, in my childhood, one experience is there. I was learning the cycle. So in the old days we don't have this small cycles for kids. We can just rent the cycle big, and we'll put half paddle first. We'll half paddle and we try to balance it, and then we go on the first, and then without sitting on the seat, we will try to do the cycle, and somebody is holding the carrier behind you to balance it. And I was like a 4th class, 5th class, and my sister used to hold the carrier, and I used to bicycle half paddle. And then I will ask, am I balancing the cycle? Then she will say, no, you are not able to balance properly. You still need to practice. And one day I was cycling fast, And then I was a bit further, then I asked sister, am I balancing? And then I looked behind, the sister was far behind, I was actually balancing. And then I just fall down and said, oh, you are speaking lie, that you are studying all these days that I am not able to balance the cycle. Then she told me one story. She told that there was one sculpture guru and he was teaching how to carve the stone and make beautiful idols. And this person was very genius and he learned very well. And he was making beautiful statues. And every time to Guru he will tell, he will find many defects. Oh, his eyes are not proper, his bangles in this not carved properly. Every time he will try to make so perfect, but Guru will find some defect in it. Finally he got very frustrated. This Guru is not even appreciating such a beautiful whole society, whole village is saying, wow, such a marvelous piece you have done. But Guru is always criticizing. So he wanted to trick his Guru. So he made the best statue, carved beautifully, and then along the river bank, he buried under the sand. And one day he was walking with Guru, and then he just brought Guru on the same place and just made drama like falling down. And said, oh, Guru, there is something here. Let's find out. And he took out that statue. And then Guru looked at it. He said, this statue is so beautiful. Look at the carving. Look at this thing. Such a beautifully is done. You should learn how to do this. Then this disciple said, Master, this is done by me. You are not appreciating my things, so I just did this one. Then Guru became upset and they said, you are no more my disciple. Now I cannot teach you anymore. Because until now I was finding defects on you, your sculpture was improving every time. But now you got appreciation for me, you will not progress anymore. So this story, my sister, at that she was 7th class, maybe I was 5th class, she told that, so that's why I was telling that you are not able to bite properly, and now you came to know, now you have to learn by yourself, I'm not going to teaching you anymore, I'm not assisting you anymore. So we always try to bridge this gap to become perfect. So to become perfect, we have to be like Param-Purusha, be like Baba. Then only we are perfect. Otherwise, there will be always imperfection will be there.
The limits of thought and expression. Your symbolization is successful only up to the extent of your imbibing it. But that does not serve the full purpose. In this expressed universe, everything is within the scope of relativity. Because of the limitations of symbolization itself, relative expression becomes extremely difficult. To express, therefore, that which is infinite and boundless is quite out of the question. Even that which is within the bounds of relativity, you are unable to express as its symbolization also becomes impossible. How will you symbolize that which is absolute? It is just out of the question. Something more will be said about this later on. At present, only symbolization which is circumscribed by relativity will be discussed.
So as we progress, as our intellect grows, we get more and more capacity. Like this Gita, 3,500 years before, Krishna has told to Arjuna, what Arjuna understood that time, what people understood that time is much more different 1,000 years before. When Mahatma Gandhi, Lokmanya Tilak, Gyaneshwar are different saints from every state, they have expressed the same Gita in a different way. And today in modern age, same Gita, Deepak Chopra has expressed in different way. Many Western scientists, they are still studying the Gita and finding many scientific spiritual way, like Mahabharata, who are the 100 Kauravas, who are Pandava. This all the Mahabharata war is happening within you. But Baba has explained this Gita in a more spiritual way also. So as we progress, whatever this Brahmajnana, it remains truth. Millions of years before, today also it is truth, and after million years also, whatever Baba has written Bible is like after Vakya. Nobody can find even a single mistake in it. Like in Vedas, it's a pure knowledge. Even nobody has found a single fault in it. But if you get the Bible and Purana, we can feel many contradictions there. And still sometime, I just recently heard the Christianity in Australia, they were preaching that actually the earth is not round, it is just flat. And now it is getting proved that it is, scientifically it is getting proved that earth is flat. They are discussing, highly intellectual people in the Christianity church, earth is still flat and there is not earth moving around the sun. It's just misconception of scientists.
Yes.
Three key concepts of relative symbolization. Three basic ideas have to be understood about relative symbolization. First, which gets symbolized is never complete. It has already been explained that between an idea and its expression, a gap remains. There is never complete expression, and a feeling of insufficiency, of dissatisfaction remains. You could not achieve all that you wanted. Secondly, symbolization varies. For instance, two people may experience the same sorrow. One may go mad, while the other may cry briefly and then ask for a cup of tea. This world shows that feelings and ideas never find identical expressions due to individual differences. Some have great self-discipline and can symbolize more effectively than others. Those with better self-discipline are more integrated personalities and better technicians. A genius has inborn talent, and a technician hones their skills through effort. Symbolization changes over time. The thousands of years ago, symbolic expressions of joy or sorrow were different compared to today. A few hundred years ago, people would express distress differently than now, where a simple sorry often suffers. Evolving expression over time. 2000 years ago, when people used to live in the mountains, in caves, the way people used to express themselves was not how they express themselves now. Changes have come. Because of such changes, there also have been changes in the fields of art, architecture, literature, and in fact, in all finer human qualities. Such changes will continue to come. This is the nature of expression. If anybody were to insist that art, architecture, literature, etc. have to follow the traditional pattern, it can only be said that he or she is living in a fool's paradise. Human feelings have to be expressed in the form reflecting the prevailing age. So far as relativity is concerned, the same principle operates in the realms of both physical and psychic expression. Mentally, also, you cannot symbolize everything. Even if you can symbolize it externally through the expression of your eyes, or orally, or by the gestures of your hands and feet.
So, sometimes the expressions are like a person is saying something, but in mind he is thinking something different. Like Baba gave example of A-class people. Those A-class people, their thoughts are exactly same as the words, and whatever they speak, their action is exactly same. So thoughts, word and action, there is no difference there. They are the A-class people. Then B-class people are, when people think something, but they will say something else, but whatever they will say, they will do. So they are like a B-class people. And the C-class people, they think something else, say something else and do something altogether differently. So they are like a C-class people. So sometimes you can, when you are talking with person, if you just watch that person's eyes and facial expression, then you can understand that actually the person is speaking something, but actually he is thinking something different. He is actually lying. So when you are lying, your soul, your Brahman, your Atman knows that you are lying. So your body actually expresses with movements. When people are lying, you can watch them, either their fingers doing like this or something, shaking their leg, or looking, eyes are going here and there. They are not focusing at your eyes. When you are speaking truth, you just look at straight and then say what you are. But if you are looking like this here and there and saying something, means actually you are trying to hide something. So all these symbolization and expressions you can find with thorough observation. So sometimes that's why as we evolve, like Baba, now I will say something contradictory. In front of Baba, sometime like in 1990, once Baba was not allowed to take reporting because Baba's health was not good. So all the central Dada said, Baba, we will take the reporting, you have to take the rest. Because when you take the reporting, you will get angry, you will scold, your health will be spoiled. So you are not allowed to take the reporting. So Baba was sitting in the room and all the GS and everybody was taking the reporting. And then Baba was getting restless because he wanted to meet with all the workers. So he told King Shuk, ask all the Sevadal and Master Unit workers to come in my room. But don't tell to GS and people. And then King Shuk Dada came and it's Sevadal Secretary, Baba is calling. And we were all very eager because we have not seen Baba. We come to RDS to see Baba. So we all immediately rush and then GS Dada came, hey, what you doing? Come on, the Baba is sick, you don't know. And then he's trying to go. Then King Shuk said, Baba has called him. When Baba has called him, what to do? And I remember that I was also in Rector that time, Australia, so I was also in. And then Baba asked this talk with us, and then he asked this question, how you can establish Ananda Marga? And then Baba himself gives that if you establish Gurukul, if you establish Sevadal, and if you establish Master, these three things, if you do properly all over world, then Ananda Marga will be automatically established.
What's the first one?
Gurukul, then Master, and then Sevadal. So if you properly establish them, then Sevadal is all type of religious work, and Hamad Sevadal is also one of the Sevadals. So there are 27 different Sevadals, 27 different services, activity you have to do. And then Baba called one by one everybody, and Baba touched the forehead, and he said few words. I couldn't even be able to hear what Baba was saying. Maybe Baba was saying some mantras or something, but we can feel that there is tremendous vibration in that blessing. Baba's thumb was here and hands were on the Sahasrara Chakra, and everyone, one by one, Baba touched the Karunananda was actually the first one in that. He immediately rushed forward when Baba called. And after that, Baba gave this oath. And when Baba gave this oath, all my energy, all my deeds are to be devoted unto the collective elevation of entire society without neglecting animates and living beings. And this will be my duty until the last breath of my living on this earth. When Baba used this word breath, then all my hairs stood up like goosebumps. Because I remember clearly that, heard clearly that as soon as this breath, and it was such a vibration in that word, until my last breath of my living on this earth, all the hairs were stood. And we have to give the hand and repeat the oath, and then Baba asked, may I rely upon you? May I rely upon you? May I rely upon you? Then we said, yes Baba, we'll do this one. And Baba said, today I am very happy. And then he went in his room. And then G.S. Dada was writing that, and he asked us to repeat that oath. And then he said, hold that, and then the last, instead of breath, he used the word last point of my living on this earth. So it is now in the whatever written script, you can see that it is last point. Then I went straight to Sarvatman Dada. Said, Dada, Baba didn't say last point of my living. Baba said last breath of my living. And Sarvatman said, no, in English the breath is not proper word, so we have changed to the point. But by hearing last point of my living and last breath of my living, you can feel that Baba's vibration there in that word. But when that time in GS Dada was so powerful, you cannot argue with him. So, and then another thing that Baba was talking about matter and energy. And this Rudreshwarananda, I think, he asked Baba that, Baba, if you are saying matter is not energy, then you have to define what matter is. Then Baba said that human beings, the brain and talent is not developed yet to understand the definition of matter. It will take another 50 to 100 years to understand the definition of the matter. But now you have asked, so I am bound to give the reply. And then Baba gave the definition of matter, and Baba, that time I was hearing directly from Baba. So Baba said, matter is known in the inference. No, matter is known in the planes of inferences of cosmic retina. So, matter is known in the planes of inferences of cosmic retina. So, Baba, you use the combination with of words, and I was thinking that Baba is saying is known I. Known I means in the field of psychology. In planes of inferences, people actually, normal people will not understand what is inferences. But we know that inferences means tanmatra, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. These are inferences. Matter is known in the planes of inferences of cosmic retina. Retina means in the eye there is this black thing that is called as retina. Means what is the matter actually in the planes of inferences of cosmic retina? So I was like, I was puzzled. But this definition will also change. And actually there was one conference of scientists in Germany with Manohar and Vimlananda, all were there. And one scientist from Denmark, he was also there. And we were sitting and eating, and that time I was talking with him, and I told him this definition of matter. And he loved this definition so much, and he wanted to write down, but there was no paper. So he took out €100 bill and he wrote on that definition of the matter. And when we came in the conference and we again were discussing, and the subject of matter came again. Then he said, I know the answer. He put the note on the floor again. And everybody is looking, what is he printing €100 note? And then I know what he has written on it. And then he read, matter is the known in the place of inference of cosmic retina. Then Bimla said, no, it is not retina, it is arena.
Arena.
Arena. So,
Not retina.
not retina, it is arena. So it's actually changed again here in the planes of inferences of cosmic arena. So in the books you will find not retina word, but it's arena. So it's also again changed.
But you heard retina.
I heard the retina. I heard in the last breath of my living. So maybe
Cosmic chitta is the matter.
yeah.
The definition, the whole cosmic chitta is the matter.
So this definition, it will take another 10-20 years to understand. What we understand now, after 2 years of study and sadhana, we will express the same thing in a different way. And similarly, in the college, and I'm giving the lecture on mind growth in magnitude. In mind growth in magnitude, the third point is also like this. The four points are there in mind growth in magnitude. First is mind thinks, it's very simple. Second is mind remembers. And third thing is transmutation and diversification of psychic fabula. Meaning of transmutation and diversification of psychic fabula. Actually, Baba comes from biology, that one species gets evolved into another species is called mutation. Like this coronavirus is also getting mutation doesn't work. So similarly, all this expression and symbolization changes as per time. Unspoken depth of understanding.
Sometimes you understand something but cannot explain it. Sugar is sweet and so is rasgulla, but you cannot state the exact difference. All you can say is that something is sweet like sugar, rasgulla or mango. You can tell the difference but can't express it precisely. The same applies in the spiritual realm. You can't fully express your experiences. Only 1% can be conveyed, while 99% remains unexpressed. Parama Purusha, the absolute entity, can't be explained. it's simply not possible. Describing him through words is impossible, as the depth of inner feelings surpasses mental articulation, leading to a state called samadhi.
That's why in Ananda Sutram it says Abhavattaranando Katya Lambani Vritti Tasya Samadhi, means which you cannot express, just lingering effect of it you can experience. Light is gone. Inverter is there? Inverter is there? Inverter is there?
Rather that fourth incident that spoke about that was in 19 before Baba's departure.
And after
He
that,
called
this,
everybody and he had
not
asked
everybody, just Sevadal and Masquerade workers.
Sevadal and
Masquerade workers. We went in Baba's quarter in Lake Garden, Tiljala, and usually reporting happens in VIP hall, the upstairs hall. But we went in direct where Baba stays. There is another room where there is Ashish now Baba. We went there and Baba was sitting there, and then he gave this whole thing. Yeah, I think it was just few days before his mouth. Yeah. So almost he's finishing. Yato vacha nirvantante aprapasya manasa saha ananda brahmano vidhavana ma viveti kutashana. It is not possible for mental faculties to symbolize him. They fail to describe him. That is why it has been said, when you want to say something about Parampurusha, what will happen then? The words cannot be uttered because the vocal organ itself fails. The mind fails in symbolizing him. People can ask, are not those who call for Parampurusha engaged in a subtle endeavor? So all the spiritual people, that's why people call them mystic. So because what they express, what they say is always mystical. It's very difficult to grasp it. There is one more video is there, but we don't. We don't have current. So what we can do? We'll get hot also. No.
माइक्रोवेव है तो आपका हाथ में है, माइक्रोवेव है तो आपका हाथ में है, आप कर सकते हैं।
बिजली पैदा Yes.
Dada, I understood the symbolization expression, but the word